It's Dads, Lads and Kebabs.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome to episode 16 of Dads, Lads and Kebabs.
16.
Miki, how you doing?
Oh, mate, I'm good. I'm rocking and rolling and jimmying and jamming, ready to go. I talk so much shit, don't I?
Good man. Good man.
Why are you like that on the screen? You're looking a bit weird on the screen. Why have you only got half a face? No, what's going on? Have you had an accident?
Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on.
Okay, looks like you just got
I
eyebrows.
may have had an accident that wasn't my fault.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
I am ready.
It's gone!
He's nearly bald! He's like Mickey.
The hair's gone.
It's good. I like it. Nice
the hair
fade.
is a bit short. Don't get me.
Don't like it. Why don't you like it?
It's a bit short, and I do like it, but I wanted it sort of like level on the sides here, and then the fade down here. But he don't. And look, he's gone proper short on top.
No, it looks good.
And now I want my long hair back on.
You can't.
I want to be able to
put
run
your
my
fingers
through
through
my hair.
No. That's no, I like it. I like it actually.
I'm so used to doing it.
Yeah, it's your thing, isn't it? I used to have that when I had long hair.
Style.
I used to just flip my hands through it, just out of habit as well. Habit, just to flip my fingers through my hair.
Yeah,
that sounds so weird.
But I do like how low maintenance it is. Don't get me wrong, and I will keep the short style for a while. But a few weeks, I'm gonna get the sides put back in. But yeah, I just went to the barbers on Saturday after we had a chat on Friday, and I asked myself questions like, would I ever do it? Would I do it? And do you know what? I just thought, give it a try. Why not?
Bald as a coot.
Give it a try.
Nah, it's good, man.
How's your week been?
It's all good, mate. Everyone listening on podcast platforms, we are now on TuneIn as well. That managed to sort that, so it might be on Alexa.
TuneIn Radio.
It might be in Alexa. So, but I haven't got an Alexa, so I can't check. But
finally,
yeah, it took so long to get into that. It's such a long process. But yeah, so Alexa was the last one, but I'm not sure about Alexa yet.
Big time long process.
But yeah, just before I talk about my week, we're smashing the downloads at the moment. We're nearly on 200 already. Thank you so much, everyone listening.
Woo!
It seems to be the episode 1 is getting more and more every week now. It's like people are maybe watching the clips on social media or have listened to the latest one and think, and it's like, let's start again. So it's going to be a long process, but we are going to get there.
My hair.
Just like your hair to grow back.
Hair is now going to be a long process to come back. But yeah, that's good. I like that as well. And I think episode 1 is important that people check it out because that's where it starts. So people are going to be going back to the beginning and hopefully follow the way through.
Yeah, join us on our journey to the #1 podcast in England. Anyway, yes, my week. I am back at the gym, loving the gym again. Went gym this morning. That's why I was actually late coming here. I actually left the gym early, but I would like to discuss costs of coffee. Now,
what happened?
I was there at quarter past 10. So we started recording this. Well, we were aiming for 10:30 this morning. 10:15. Only I have a flat white, which is in my hand. Lovely jubbly. And there's one lady in front of me. So she's been served. And I'm like, cool. They'll make her a drink and then we'll shoot off. But no, they have fucking Uber Eats. Now, this has always pissed me off, yeah? You have physical people in the queue waiting for their drinks, their food, whatever you're buying from Costa. But their priority is Uber Eats and Deliveroo. You see all the staff busy doing their stuff. Putting them in bags, doing the old stapler on it with a label on. Fuck, I'm sat here or stood here waiting. What are you doing? I am physically here. Serve me. And it really annoys me.
Yeah.
It is, but it is the priority.
It should be the customers that are there should be priority, not somebody that's sat at home waiting for their coffee to be delivered.
Because they're a fucking lazy bastard. They don't get out of bed. Who wants a McDonald's breakfast or a Costa coffee while they're sat in their PJs. But it is a priority. I've spoke to them before, and they said, "Sorry, we need to get these done first, because obviously they're on time, aren't they?"
Okay.
I think that's such a bad policy from top management of Costa, or any. I'm sure it's not only Costa. I'm sure it's Starbucks and all them other companies as well. I'm sure.
But it's not just coffee, though, is it? Do people not realise that's why the whole shopping experience, going out shopping, going for food, going for coffee, is dying out because
Socialising.
people are becoming lazy and they don't have to leave their house for nothing. Like, people, they order their favourite restaurant, they get it delivered. They don't go out for coffee anymore. I like the experience of going out for coffee.
Yeah.
Do
you know what it is?
Go and get your coffee.
Sorry, I think it's this pandemic. They're so used to not going out. It's been drummed into them.
It's lazy.
No, but people are just going to carry on. You know what humans are like. You give them one thing, they say, "Oh, this is easy," and they just carry it on.
Yeah, but
it's not an excuse. I love getting out. I love going out every day. I know it's only gym and coffee, but and then work. But it's still getting out.
But people become so used to not doing anything for themselves, but yet complain if it's 5 minutes late. Well, it's actually like going to get your own fucking coffee then. I call these people the fuck off kind of people. The people that blame society for the way it is, but yet they're not willing to do anything for themselves. Like, people don't go out anymore. But apart from that, how was your gym session this morning?
Well, it was only a short one. I only had like 35 minutes in there because I wanted to do it before podcast today because I'm busy afterwards. So I'm busy sorting my ceiling out. I'm doing a cloud ceiling. With
you've had some water damage.
No, not that. This ceiling.
Not that. What? Oh, that ceiling. Oh. Are you going to stick the fluff and everything? Yeah.
I have 5 kilo of teddy bear insert cloud cotton fluff stuff. So after this filming,
that's supposed to be mental. That looks awesome, bro.
It does. Yeah, so all my lights are up, and now just for the YouTube people, I'm going to turn them on and see what the lights look like. So if you listen to this, you have to go watch a YouTube video. Right there. Give me a sec. I'm going to be boring now. Right there. All right. Let's put it on smooth, baby. That's right. Right, here we go. So,
I think that's going to look awesome.
Yeah, and with all the cloud depth and all that, hopefully it will look pretty good.
So what are you sticking it with? Like, is it like not that?
I got 2 lots of PVA glue because I've seen the videos, and what it is, they put like sheets of paper or poster boards on there first because people have been using like hot glue gun, staples, although I can still staple it. And it's like it will damage the ceiling. And obviously, this isn't my house, so I thought PVA glue, like the school glue you used to eat, you rub it and it goes to rubber and it falls off. So if it will hold it, I'm going to attempt to use this so it won't damage my ceiling like long term, and I can just rip it off and then just hopefully rub it and it'll be fine. But who knows, eh? So I've now got this disco
work in progress
behind me. Yeah, so pretty cool, man. Yeah.
Good, man.
So yeah, busy today.
Well, I want to see it when it's done. I want to see it.
Hopefully it'll be today.
But yeah, my week. I'll say, right, so I've been smashing it working out this week. Oh, shit it out. Mickey's got his glasses on. No, this is like Dads, Lads and Granddads.
I use these for reading. It's so good when I use these.
Oh, I'll put my readers on. Let me just put my readers on.
When I'm at work, I need to have them on, man. There's so much reading and shit I get on with. Computer work. Excuse me. Carry on. Sorry. Abusing me, Grandad.
Yeah, so, yeah, gym-wise, I was really smashing it this week. Really smashing it. And it was going so well. Like, I was having, like, new personal best on the treadmill, running like 3 miles at a time.
I saw that on
Smash it.
Instagram.
And then I went yesterday, and before I went, I couldn't be asked to go. But for some reason, I'm usually buzzing to go to the gym. But before I went, I couldn't be asked to go. But I was like, no, push yourself. Don't. I was literally this close from saying, I'm not going to go tonight. Anyway, I forced myself to go. And I went. But then when I got there, I did my treadmill. And I did complete the goal. I did. But normally what I do is, on a treadmill, you get 30 minutes and then you get a 5-minute warm down at the end. And normally I don't warm down at the end. I literally smash it. So normally within that 30-minute time range, I'm ranging from about 400 calories to around about 450 within the 30-minute range. And then normally what I do is I smash the last sort of 5 minutes that they give you to cool down, and I get a new goal. That's my goal sort of time. Anyway, I didn't do it yesterday. I stopped. I just stopped. I don't know why. My body was like, stop today. And then I was like, right, I'll go and hit the bag, do some bag workout. Normally I do about 20 minutes in the bag workout. I did about 4. I was annoyed with myself, like that I didn't feel as good as I did the day before. And I know everybody has those days where they don't feel 100%. Like it's not that anything's wrong, or, you kind of trying to pinpoint something of why you was, performed shit. One thing I realized though is that I had a shit lunch. Like, I was hungry yesterday, so I had a pot noodle. I don't really eat those, but it was there in the cupboard, and I was like, pot noodle, I'm gonna have it.
What flavour?
So it was quite heavy. Normally I have a really light lunch. Curry all the day. Curry.
The korma one's amazing.
So, curries are the best ones. So yeah, I had some of that. I ate some like chorizo cheese things. I had quite a lot for lunch, like pigging across the day. And I was like, do you know what? It makes such a difference when you eat a healthy lunch to when you eat a shit lunch, and you work out after the food, because your body is an ecosystem, isn't it? Your body's like, whatever you put into your body is exactly what you're going to get out. I'm putting it down to what I ate yesterday. I felt shit training. I had no motivation whatsoever. It was a difficult one for me to process, because days where you just kind of feel like shit and you kind of make excuses for not doing it. Do you know when you don't go for the gym for so long, and then you go back and you smash the first session back, you've got to kind of maintain that. And I felt like I didn't maintain it. It annoyed me. Pissed me off because I was doing so well.
Yeah, but it could have been worse. You could have not gone to the gym. Any sort of level in the gym is better than you staying at home and deciding not to go to the gym. That's what you got to remember. It may be shit compared to your usual sessions, but you were there. So you got to look at it that way. That's me being positive. What's that about? That doesn't happen very often.
I know.
I'm trying to be positive.
That's what I woke up today.
Positive for you, though. But I go gym without any food at all. I get up, go gym, smash all the weights and all that shit. I don't normally have food beforehand, because then I have to
No. Normally, see, I eat at lunchtime and I go to the gym in the evening. You're a morning.
That's what I mean.
person.
Yeah, I'm a morning gym. I don't do lates. Yeah,
I do late session in the gym, so most of my day is pretty. I'm pretty strict with what I eat in the day. I don't really eat a lot, and if I do eat something, it's normally pretty healthy. Whereas yesterday wasn't so healthy, and it's kind of true that the fact that the shit food that you put in your body is not going to provide you with the level of energy and the shit you need to get your day done. And I think that's days where I'm going to have off days. Everyone's going to have off days.
I don't agree with you there. I think you're just using that as an excuse. I can eat chocolate before I go gym or after gym, and I will fucking still smash it. That's just weak mentality, Niall. I don't agree with that. If I eat crap or I eat really good, I'm still going to do the same in the gym. It's not going to affect me. It may do if I'm doing lots of strenuous cardio, like you go on the treadmill for like 4 hours.
Yeah, see,
maybe, but weights,
cardio, so
that wouldn't affect me. But
weights are different though. Weights are different. Like Monday, Tuesday are my cardio days, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I do like a full weight session, but with like a high intensity cardio 5-minute session at the end. So I might do like a couple of hundred squats at the end, and then I'll do a warm down stretching. Do you know what? Stretching has been a new thing that I've introduced to myself, is the fact that I never really used to stretch before.
Pilates, yoga, stretching
So now,
the shit. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Niall stretching.
My inner chakra. Yeah, Niall stretching. So yeah, so that's one thing I'm doing. I'm doing stretching, so that's good. But yeah, so I had a bit of a dull day. Don't get me wrong, a bit of a tough one to swallow, because I'm so used to smashing it, kind of staying on top of all my sort of supplements and all that. And then I kind of had a couple of days where I forgot to take all my vitamins and stuff, and I was just like, that's just bitching out. But yeah, back on track today, all good. Can't wait for my session later. Yeah, man. So, what are we chatting about this week anyway? What are we talking about?
Niall used to be a smoker, you can tell, because he don't stop moving his fucking camera. Just fucking leave it alone, man. It's like boing, boing, boing. Thought you had it on a stand, or you holding the stand, because you're chilling on the sofa or something. You might as well fucking lay in bed and do it. Don't bother me, but you're going to trigger some people. Like, wow, he's moving, like a fucking boat. Yeah, I want to talk about previous jobs that you had. What was the most out there job that you have done that you weren't necessarily thought you would do, or studied for, or anything like that? Obviously, you've worked in care.
Yeah, I worked in care for a long time. Like supported living and like managers' positions and all that sort of stuff. I mean, you're a manager yourself now, so
sort of, not really. I'm on the little platform, but I'm not anywhere near.
You're not below. You're not on the food chain though. You're above the food chain. I would say bathroom design and
wow,
like work.
Put this in the corner of your bathroom. It will look nice.
Yeah,
adjacent to this wall panel.
Selling really expensive bathrooms to really rich people. I was good at it. Don't get me wrong. I was really good at it. Like, I used to have some big sales, but it wasn't like, I mean, for one, I always said in my job career, I'll never do a job that's not going to benefit somebody else's life. And I suppose a new bathroom benefited that person's life at the time, but I'm talking like everything, spiritually, emotionally. Like, I've always wanted a job that's fulfilling for somebody else, to make somebody else's life better. So I would always do a job that's going to help somebody else, no matter what. No matter what I do, it'll be something important for somebody else.
You're helping the company you work for.
Aspect of my life. Well, yeah, that's what annoys me. I hate lining people's pockets and not my own.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
No, nobody lines our pockets with extra cash, do they? But yeah,
they don't. No, the apple doesn't fall from the tree onto my lap. I tell you.
No, I mean, I've had loads of jobs. I've been a builder. I've done I worked in a camping shop when I was a kid. Oh God, I've worked in bars and restaurants. I was a chef for a few years.
What's the worst job you've had?
Hell, all over the place.
What's the worst job you thought, nah, fuck that? If you had a chance to do one of them again and you were offered that one, you'd be like, no, hell no. What would it be? Not company-wise, but I mean, like, the job.
Not name it. No names. Not
naming companies. No, just, it could be any sleeping anywhere then. So that sleeping in the care industry, that's what you didn't like.
Sleeping in general, like staying out. Yeah.
No.
So, I mean,
so why is that?
You know what it's like. Like we did it because you constantly live out of a bag. You never really unpack a bag. Your bag is always packed, isn't it?
My bag, for my work bag, always has all my toiletries in, deodorant, razor, toothbrush, all that shit. And that's where I keep it, because when in my old care job, we had 2 to 3 sleep-ins every week, so it was continuous. And now, obviously, in my new job, it's only when they're needed or when they're short of staff I do sleep-ins, but I still do quite a few. So for me, it was weird to unpack all of my toiletries and put them in my house or my bathroom. I haven't done that since before I started care. I don't even remember how I did it before. Like, did I have my toothbrush in the bathroom? That would be weird for me now. So no, I live out my bag still. All my stuff is in my bag, and when I go to work, and sometimes my razor will go off, like my Philips One Blade. It's awesome, and it'll vibrate, and people are like, "What's in your bag?" And it's like, "Oh, it's my razor. Why you brought your razor to work?" It's like, because I have all my stuff in my bag. Some people can't, think this, but that's because you're lazy and you don't help out at work. You don't help us when we're short staffed, so fuck you, Yeah, it would be so weird for me, like you say, not living out of a bag now. I mean, how have you coped with that? Because obviously it's been a while now.
Well, for me, yeah, it's like normal. No, it's like
you're back to normal.
It's different, isn't it? Yeah. Like sorry again, that was me because the cushion moved. But yeah, I just don't anymore. I don't think about it. I don't live out of a bag. But when I did, like you, I mean, beforehand when we worked in other places, some days they weren't just like, oh, you're sleeping in tonight. It was like literally you'd start at 9 o'clock that morning and you might not finish until 4 o'clock or 9 o'clock the following day. So you're there for pretty much 2 days. 2 days. Well, you are there. 2 days, 1 night. You have some people go away on holidays for less. It's like a weekend away, but it's like a weekend away every day.
Yeah.
And if you did, do you know what I didn't enjoy it? If you did like a 9 o'clock all the way through to the following day, you'd sleep in, finish at 4 o'clock the following afternoon, you'd go home, and then you'd be back in at 9 o'clock the following day for the same shift. You'd just be like, whoa, like long day sleeping, morning is what we used to call it.
Yeah,
and then back in for another, maybe and then you're in for an afternoon sleep, long day. You'd be like, no, fuck that.
I think, when people say, oh, it's like on Sunday evening, it's like, oh, fucking hell, it's Monday tomorrow. I hate Mondays. I think the good thing about care, you don't get that because sometimes you're working, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're already at work. So Monday, don't give a fuck, I love that about care. I don't have that stigma attached to any day. Any day, I can be working any day, any night, any time. And for me, I'm so into that now. It's like 8 years now. It's like ingrained into me. I don't think I could go work in a shop. I can't work in the shop 9 to 5. I think that would be fucking weird for me. Could not do it, I don't think.
So I feel sorry for those people that work in like
He's drinking.
Those
How
people
rude.
in cubicles, they just sit there.
In the offices.
They sit there in a cubicle, like in an office with artificial light, and they
no
sit
window
there for like 8 hours, 12 hours a day.
Yeah, fuck that.
No window, no frame.
Hell no.
Literally circled, recycled air, and they're just being, what I mean? They sit there and they're on a computer and they're responding to emails and like they don't get out and then all of a sudden they leave work and they're tired, but they go home and just crash. And I'm like, you're spending 12 hours a day working for somebody else, making somebody else rich, and you're going home and you're burnt out and you just want to go to sleep and do it all again tomorrow. Like, who the fuck do I want to do that? I don't want to do that. I don't want to kill myself for a fucking job.
How is that your life? It's different if it's your own company or, you're doing it for somebody else personally, but not for some big corporation where you don't even know the bosses. You've never met the boss.
No. And do you know what? When companies are like that, they're so big. Like, I think that has a massive effect on the mental state of some of the people that work in these companies because who really knows? I mean, if you did that day in, day out, sat in a cubicle, didn't speak to anybody, you just had to do your job and you had a fucking headset on all day and you was just responding to emails and how are you actually feeling mentally? And then you just go home tired and you just want to sleep and, fucking play Xbox and watch some fucking hillbillies make moonshine in Alaska or some shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
like how many? Who knows how you're feeling? Who are you talking to? You know.
Yeah.
And then people say, I'm just doing it. I'm doing it because the money's good. Well, fuck how good the money is. Seriously. No matter what job you have, if it is not mentally stimulating and you don't enjoy what you're doing, what are you doing it for? Because
You should try and
money
look for
really
something
isn't
else.
all that.
No, it comes to a
Yeah,
certain
money,
point.
like money will come and go.
How long do you think you could last with really good money and a shit job you'd hate? How long do you think you could last?
Not very. I mean, I couldn't last very long anyway. For one, because I can't keep my mouth shut because I am that person that tells people you're going to die soon. So get busy living or get busy dying.
All right,
So I
Shawshank.
wouldn't last that long. But yeah, I did it. I like the bathroom design company. Literally, I sat in the corner of an office, literally my own little desk, and like no proper light in there. It was hot. Like it must have been like above 30 degrees in there every day because it was a fucking warehouse container shit. Just making the boss that was downstairs in the flush office with the aircon and everything, you know, and his Tesla outside on charge. Like I was just lying in his pocket.
Yeah.
Like literally, and you know that you'd get looked at funny if you went to the toilet one too many times, or you just wanted to take a break for a minute. Like they'd be like, "Oh, keep going, keep selling, keep doing this, keep doing this." And if you wasn't selling, they were like, "Right, get more products on the website, get more designs on." And it's like they literally they're just peddling people, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are in jobs these days. Is they are just conveyor belts. You know, it's literally just sell more, do more, sell more, do more. Be good at your job, but yeah, it's not fulfilling. And I understand everybody has to work. You have to do it. It's part of life and all that. But
Pay your bills.
if it's not fulfilling, like, yeah, because it is. Do you know what? But then I think, all right, and I do agree with this, is that you've always got to be in the fight, no matter what. You've got to be in the fight because if you become, it's the same. It's the opposite, isn't it? If you become rich and become wealthy, yes, life might be easier, but you're not getting any. You're not having that grind. Like, and your job shouldn't be that. You know, your job's not the only grind. Life's a grind, isn't it? It's not plain sailing. We know that now as adults. We know that it's not like we thought it was gonna be.
Oh,
you know, I remember when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a big house, gonna have fancy cars, and I was like, it's all just gonna fall like that. It's just gonna fall into your hands, and it doesn't, does it? So
you're not getting that shit. They're going to be biking to work in a job you hate for at least 5 to 10 years. You know.
And then you might get a Skoda at the end of it.
You had a Skoda, didn't you? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I remember that, driving to work. Yeah. That's when you worked with me, wasn't it? Or was it the old job?
That thing, man.
Got, like Alistair said the other week, it got you from A to B. It's all the car's worth. If you look at it that way. You know, that man talked some sense, you know. Go watch episode 7. It's a great chat with Alistair Lavender, life coach.
He was a good guy. I liked him. In fact, to be honest, I think I want to do probably some more talking with Alistair because I really did like what he had to say.
Well, funny you say that. I went to a cemetery the other day with him, and he actually said he wants to get you on his podcast to discuss some things because he liked how your views on things. So, and I said, yeah, Niall was more positive and motivational than me. I said, yeah, so get in touch with him, I suppose. I don't know. But yeah, it was a good episode.
Oh, that'd be good. Job wise for you, what has been your job that you enjoyed the most?
I think care, to be honest. Where can you go to work? You can chill out with the guys, just help them when they're needed, go shopping with them, go cinema with them, go football with them, go bowling. have cups of coffee with them, watch telly with them. Where can you do that in another job? Obviously, you are dealing with humans, but I think care is very fulfilling and rewarding when you see the look on the people you look after and support, their faces when they're happy, when they can go do stuff. And you're the reason, or part of the reason, they can do stuff, rather than working in a factory. I mean, I worked in a sandwich factory, and I used to start at 4 a.m. and I used to get up at fucking 3 a.m. to get to work. And I was there 11 years, 10 and a half, 11 years. And it was working in a cold factory. Now, the money was good. It was like £600 a week I was on. I did a lot of hours, though. £600 a week I was on, man.
It's all about the money, though, isn't it, for people? It's all about the money for people these days. You know, you have to have a job. If you want to keep up with the lifestyle that I would say a lot of the population are living today, you know, it's all about, and it's never not been about expensive clothes and expensive holidays and cars and houses and whatever. But the cost of living doesn't match the wage. In my eyes, it doesn't.
No.
Going out for living is expensive, and
going out for a meal with your friends once a week on a Friday, going Costa, going to the gym, all these little things add up. Meeting your other friends or going on date night to cinema or whatever every week, it all adds up. Like I said, cost of living, that is all part of it.
The cost of living, like apparently the average person, the average coffee drinker, who obviously uses coffee shops, would spend on average £1,000 a year on coffee.
Probably.
Which is fucking ludicrous, isn't it?
Yeah, but
a year on coffee. It's fucking
if you look at it this way, if you're someone that I've never been someone who go to the pub for a pint with my mates. I hate the pub, and I don't drink beer. I drink cider. So if anyone wants to buy me a cider, send it to me. But if I went to, say, after work, like the stereotypical man, he finishes work, goes down the pub, meet his mates for 1 or 2 pints every day after work, how much are you spending then a year? Plus, obviously, you shouldn't get drunk on 2 pints, but, you know, you might go home and carry on drinking and you'd be fucking drunk, dickhead. But how much? That's an awful lot more than a £2.80 flat white. A pint's like £4 or £5 now, probably. That's like, just say £10 a day. £10 a day, 360.
I don't know what a pint is these days.
No, it's got to be at least £4 or £5, isn't it? Yeah, and probably after COVID now, it's probably gone up because they need to make their money back.
I mean, like I said, I'm not a drinker anyway. I mean, I like a beer, don't get me wrong, but like, God, I couldn't tell you the last time I had a beer. I haven't had a beer definitely in the last 2 years. Easy 2 years.
Not at home?
Nope, nothing. Not a drink. And do you know what? Like, I'm not being that person that judges, but I don't feel the need to drink. I don't like what it does to people. I've seen the effects of alcohol working in bars over the years. Like, I don't like the feeling of not being in control, and I don't like the after effect. You know, the fact that people get drunk and then all of a sudden they spend the next 2 days on their sofa dying. And
you have to look after them. It's like, fuck you. Look after yourself. Get your own ice cream and gherkins. Fuck you know.
They're not pregnant. They're fucking hungover. Ice cream and gherkins.
Yeah, but you know, going back to the jobs, the care side, the only bad thing about care, if you're working on a Sunday, and you finish, say 3 or 4 o'clock on your shift, by the time you get home to a shop or even to a shop, most of them are shut. And it's like, when am I gonna especially if you're working on a Monday morning, you need to get food for maybe the Sunday evening or to take to work on the Monday. When am I going to be able to buy my food? You have to go to some local shop that's still open and pay double the price for shitter food and less variety.
Pay double the price, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, we can't always work. We need a day off. Fuck off. Care workers, police, fire, ambulance, hospitals. They do not stop. They work 24/7 shifts, round the clock. Same as people in care. Same as, I'm sure, other jobs that I don't know about. They have shifts where they work stupid hours, nighttime, evenings. Why do shop people think it's okay to shut at 4 o'clock? I've always fucking thought this. It's always annoyed me. It's like, oh, fucking shop's a shut. Forgot it was Sunday. It's like, stay open. Does my head in. It's one of my fucking pet. Oh, it drives me insane. It's like you can't do nothing because it's 4 o'clock on a Sunday. Wow. Cheers for that. Sorry.
That's another thing, isn't it? That's becoming
my tips.
No, you get it off your chest, mate. You get like that's another thing, though, isn't it? That people don't like. You know, that's part of the new generation is the fact that gyms are now 24 hours. You've got restaurants,
I like that.
fast food that's 24 hours. Like, I think that a lot of places need to start working around the clock to provide that service of. People don't sleep in the evening anymore. Some people work through the night and sleep during the day, and some people, it's a different world now. We've got to say it is a different world, and everything's changing. Fucking the weather. Look, I mean, look at the fucking weather that we've had, like crazy hot and fucking. They reckon in like 10 years' time, like Britain is going to be having like, thunderstorm for fucking 3 days. They reckon in 10 years' time, Britain's going to be having like 40-degray heat summers.
I've already got my aircon. Don't give a shit. I just have to get more of them.
I think Britain is going to have to become an aircon industry. It's going to have to become homes come with aircon. I think it's going to have to be like that.
I thought that all I see on social media, people like the last few weeks, it's been very hot. People buying swimming pools for their garden and say, "Oh yeah, I got a swimming pool, blah blah." And I thought, yeah, but you can't fucking sleep at night, can you? Whereas me, I go in my bedroom with my aircon, 4 degrees. I'm fucking loving life. While you're sweating in bed going, unless you're going to go sleep in your swimming pool in the garden or your oversized paddling pool with your steps. I'm happy, but fuck your swimming pool. I'll stick with my aircon, thanks. And it's like, wow. Sorry, me again, carry on.
Sleep at night is crucial. No,
I'm fucking lovely.
You say what you got to say, mate. It's no problem.
Oh,
you
dear.
say what you got to say.
It's been a week. I need to get it out.
That's it, isn't it? It's going to be. I think we're going to have some definite big changes over the next few years. I mean, did you see that thing in Dubai now? They're making their own sort of artificial rain. It's not artificial, fucking rain. But basically, what they're doing is they're manipulating the clouds. By putting electricity surges into the clouds, that obviously they're making thunderstorms, which obviously causing the rain. These are going to have like detrimental effects on the world because obviously the world's definitely getting hotter. But,
they've done that for a long time. All these forest fires in like Australia and all around the world. People have been capturing the beams coming down from the sky. I can't remember. They're like weather weapons. I can't remember the actual term that is being used. But they're all over the world, and they reckon governments have these available, and they manipulate the fires, and they start them for whatever political gain or their agendas. But that's a conspiracy theory. But I've seen so many pictures on Instagram about this sort of thing. It's definitely called something weather weapon or something, and it's like, wow, these are real. And people have captured them coming down. Either that or it's a fucking alien spaceship fucking shooting us. And you can see the beam coming down and then the fire. Yeah.
It's a way of getting... I think it's a way of getting round deforestation. Especially when it happens in like some of the most popular places in California. Or like the most desirable places to live. And then all of a sudden they have a big fire that wipes out 100,000 acres of land, and then all of a sudden, they're building on it 4 years later.
Oh, look, we have new mansions on there. Yes, what a surprise, eh? Cheers, God. Okay, now it's definitely, it would manipulate from governments to get their own agenda across. But we're not in politics, are we?
Exactly.
No.
We call it. We call it bolitics.
Bolitics. I like that. That's a nice word, Niall. I do like that.
Bolitics.
It's like bolognese, but without the nays. And with ticks.
Yeah.
Bollocks with ticks. Yeah, I like it. Do you know?
Bolitics.
Bolitics. Do you know the job I wouldn't want to do again is white van man.
What?
I did that for 5 years, driving a van, having a deadline, having multiple drops all over the country. I did that for 5 years, and I used to like the driving because I was sort of my own boss. I'd go to work in the morning. I'd have all my pallets ready for me, all my paperwork where the drops were, and then I'd have to check them off and put them in my van. And then I was off, like 7:30 I used to start, and my shift ran until 4:30. So the reason I discovered quite quickly why white van men and van drivers drive up your ass trying to ram you off the road is because they have deadlines. They have so many drops they need to do on that day. And if it was like my job, after 4:30, I never got paid. So if I was, one of my days I was in Portsmouth and Southampton. So if I was doing my last drop at 4:30 in Portsmouth, I've then got 2.5 hours to get home in rush hour, if I'm lucky. And I ain't getting paid for that. Unpaid. So this is the reason why white van men, or women drive vans now as well.
White van.
Yes, they drive everywhere. They're not because they're fucking horrible people. They just got shit to do. And old grandma fucking driving 6 miles an hour. Get out of the way! We got jobs to do. While you're going to the garden centre to pick up some fucking plants. No, it's that is the reason why. But the thing that you should
do it again then.
Nah, no, definitely not. And especially, obviously, when you're driving around London way, and if there was roadworks and you took a wrong turn because your sat nav hadn't caught up in time, or I remember one time I was going towards like Stevenage area, and I was on the M25, or just around the area anyway, and my sat nav was playing up, and I took a wrong turn, and I'd obviously come off the motorway when I shouldn't have, and then I had to get back on it again, the other side, and obviously the other direction because I went the wrong way, and obviously the road works both ways. That little turn cost me like an hour and a half on my day, and I used to sit there fucking. I used to sit there raging inside, and that's why I left in the end, because I was 24/7 road rage. I was a horrible person. I was angry van man, and then obviously I left there and went straight into care, and everyone was saying to me, "You can't work in care. You got to be nice to work in care." And at the time, I was a fucking miserable bastard. I mean, I still am, but there was anger with the misery because of my road rage.
Moaning Mickey.
Yeah, Moaning Miki was born, but yeah,
I mean that was, Moaning Mickey was, before the filming of Moaning Mickey. You were like,
I lived it.
You got angry. Yeah, you lived it day to day. Like, people don't understand that. People think that, now, like, obviously you're this happy, relaxed person, but you wasn't always like that. You were,
fuck no,
especially at work. I mean, not with colleagues, or anybody, but you were very short fused, because if something wasn't right or pissed you off, you were you'd go from like 0 to 100 in like fucking seconds.
Yeah,
I remember some days where you'd literally come in and it'd be down to like somebody didn't wash the bed in the bed that you were going to sleep in. You'd be like, "Fuck this, fuck that," and you'd throw shit in. You'd be like, you'd just go off and I'll be like, "Fucking hell, leave Mickey for a minute," and then, or if somebody would tell you to do something when you already had that was a classic one. When you'd get told to do something, when you'd already made other plans to do things with the guys or whatever we're working with, like, and someone would try and tell you, you can't do that, you've got to do what they tell you to do, and you'd be like, "Wait, what?" Like, you used to fucking lose your shit.
Well, the guys come first.
Fair, but
guys come first rather than some.
Yeah, that was a big one, wasn't it, for you? Is the fact was trying to sort of take somebody's choice away from them. That, I think that made us all angry, because we were always taught to promote their choice and let them do what they want to do. But then when,
a staff member who thought they were
let's say
above their station, suck their nose in. Yeah. But
Yeah.
We don't mention names, but
We don't do names.
we don't do names.
We don't do names.
No.
Don't do names, motherfucker. No names, my friend. No names.
No, you don't die from this.
You suffocate.
Suffocate. There it is. Hello.
I haven't seen that film in so long. I haven't seen that in so long.
Was it Limitless, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to love that. That's one of them films I can watch every day, where he takes the pill and expands his brain.
Again.
Yeah, does not get boring for me. So it's very intellectual.
No, it doesn't. No, and you can keep watching it.
Yeah, a bit of action, bit of intellectual.
I do like a film.
Stimuli.
I like a film that kind of opens your minds. Like opens your mind. You're like, wow, this is good. This is good film. You know, I don't like the films where you've got the classic start and fucking, the action middle and then the fucking everything falls together in the end. I want a film that actually has a bit of intelligence to it. I like a film like that.
Yeah, because it's normally the good person's winning, and then you think, right, they're going to start losing in a minute, and then they're going to come back at the end and go, yay, and they've won, and everything goes to plan. It's so predictable. But there are some films that everyone dies at the end, and it's like, oh, okay, well, that was shit. Not watching that again. Everybody dies. That's not a good ending. There's a few like that.
I mean, yeah, they are good. Like, I like the films, the main disaster films. Like, I remember seeing, oh, God, do you remember the film about the World Trade Center with Nicolas Cage in it? I think it was called World Trade Center or something like that.
I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that, though. Didn't know there was one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that, obviously, straight away it's going to be a sell ending, but having an insight into what happens and how things happen and...
Well, that's real life.
That's
understandable.
I like because not everything's going to be happy. Not everything's going to be, and fucking hell, we know that. Like, but sometimes it's good to see the real shit as well.
Yeah, like I watched Everest the other week for the first time. It's on Netflix.
Awesome film.
And I was watching it with my missus, and like she said, "Oh, did they die in the end?" I said, maybe. So I had a look on Google and it's like, fuck's sake, they all die. She said, turn it off, we're not watching this. She hates films with bad endings. And then she fucking shouts at me. So I watched it on my own, the other half. Because I was interested. It doesn't bother me if they die. I just want to know what happens, like see the outcome. And the fact everybody froze, apart from that one bloke, he had no fingers or feet. But, he was all right. But
Do you ever watch films, then just after the film, you do like half an hour's worth of Googling about all the shit? I'm always doing that. I'm like, I want to find out the real story, especially like, at the moment, it's all about these true crime documentaries and all these criminal and these fucking murderers and stuff. I'm a bit like, I've got into those. I've got into those like Netflix serial killer. Like I watched the one about the LA serial killer, like, and I watched the one about the Cecil Hotel as well.
Yeah,
like that documentary was awesome in my eyes. It was a fucking awesome documentary. But I googled all the shit as well after it.
With Elisa Lam, wasn't it, in the elevator, where she was being weird and possessed and that. And the weird thing is, she jumped in that barrel on the roof with all the water for the building, and people were drinking bits of her remains as she was dissolving into the water tank. And people were drinking and had to report it. Like, this water tastes off. Yeah, it's someone's spleen in your belly.
Damn straight it tastes off, man. That's just that. But what do you think about that story? Because technically, how did the hatch get closed?
Yeah, I think she had.
That hatch closed. She was in there.
From the footage on the elevator camera, she does look a bit possessed. And obviously, there's been ghost adventures,
hand movements and everything that she was doing,
and the fact she was playing like the elevator game. Apparently, it's in Japan or China or something, where you play on the lift and you go up and down certain floors and that. It's a thing apparently. But the way she was looking outside of the elevator and talking and doing hand movements and then coming back in and then hiding and looking out again, and it's like, fuck you. It's like, well, something was going on in her head. So I don't know obviously, I don't know the person, what she was like. Maybe she was perfectly sane and then she went a bit cuckoo. Who knows? But something went on there.
There's a guy that was staying at the Cecil, like, I'm talking in the 60s, years ago, and he was the killer for the LA one. He was the LA serial killer. I can't remember his name. But he was the LA serial killer. That documentary, like, it was quite a frightening documentary to watch, because obviously it was talking about all the killings and stuff that he was doing and how dodgy he was. And they caught him. They caught him back in the day because he ordered a random pair of trainers from, like, Canada. You know, he had some trainers shipped in because he had some fucking dodgy running trainers or whatever. But even back in the day, like, you know, he got caught over some fucking shoes, man.
That's always the way, though.
Richard, his name was Richard Ramirez, I think.
Oh, that bloke, yeah. Yeah, he was one of the worst people in the Cecil, wasn't he? Yeah. The Satanist, yeah. He used to do devil worship in there.
The Satan worship.
I don't think it was the 60s, though. It wasn't that far back. But yeah, I want to watch that. I saw that on Netflix, and obviously when Ghost Adventures went there, I watched it, and they were talking about him.
Watch it.
Yeah, I've heard many things about that place. But yeah, I'm not going there, though. It's closed at the moment.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can't get.
Yeah,
you can't get in the
you can. It's closed for renovation, but they're taking so long. But YouTubers are getting in there. They're paying maybe the doorman, I don't know. And you can get like a couple of hours in there. So there's lots of YouTube videos of ghost hunting inside. That's what I'd want to do. But I go in the elevator, go in her room, Ramirez's room, where he used to do all the Satan stuff in the cupboard. Yeah, man.
The Satan stuff in the cupboard.
Fun times.
The Satan stuff in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Come in.
I tell you what, that's a question I wanted to ask you. Like, if you could have any location, if there's a location that you could investigate, what location would it be?
It would have to be, I think, maybe Alcatraz or the Island of the Dolls. One of them two. There's an island in Mexico.
What's the Island of the Dolls?
After this podcast, Google Island of the Dolls. You will be shocked, mate. It's an island. Apparently, some young girl. There's a family living on this island, obviously in Mexico. There's this young girl who died. She drowned, and apparently her toy doll that she used to carry around. I think she's only like less than 10 years old. She was. It was the family found her doll floating in the water. Obviously, found her as well. She was dead, and then like local villages. I think you have to get there by boat though. So local people would come, and as a way of like remembering her, instead of putting flowers, they would like put a doll attached to like a tree or something. Well, over the years, there is like hundreds and hundreds, and there's like a shrine with inside like a big wooden shed thing with her original doll, and it's creepy as fuck, man. That's like my mecca, like Island of the Dolls for me, because I'm a haunted doll collector. I want to go there, but obviously also Alcatraz because it's the prison, and prisons are cool, especially if it's on a secluded island. But yeah, them two places for me.
I've heard so much about. I've not read much into it, but I've heard about this suicidal forest in Japan or whatever.
Yeah. Don't mention Logan Paul.
Honey, that's supposed to be like really. Logan Paul. Like, what's Logan Paul got to do with it?
He filmed that, didn't he? That's what ruined him on YouTube for 2 years. He went in there doing a vlog on
No, I know.
And they found someone hanging in the forest, and they just blurred out the man's face, but they filmed the rest of him, and you could see him purple, like his arms were purple from obviously the lack of oxygen and the blood and all that. And and the people he was with were like joking and laughing, and it's like disgusting. And obviously that ruined him for a while. But they reckon it's come out recently that it was all a setup. It was planned and it was an actor and that, but I don't know. I think that's no idea what's going on with that. But yeah,
That's probably another cover up.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of Mount Fiji, the suicide forest. I'd like to go there, not to look at dead people, but to the fact there's so much for a ghost hunting position. It must be so full of energy and spirits. The fact that there used to be like hundreds die every year in that forest, and over the years they stopped actually recording how many deaths because there was just so many, and it's like, wow, it's getting ridiculous now. It's like it's promoting it. Oh, come here and die. It wasn't good, so they stopped actually releasing official death figures that the police were finding. But that's my cat.
Well, apparently the most. I was going to say, man, that's some pussy, man.
It's not the pussy that Niall wants. Sorry, is that a bit degrading? I do apologise to anybody that was offended by that term. But it was a joke. And if you don't like it, then... yeah.
Suck on that. Yeah, no, apparently, so, yeah, the most active... most active forest in the world is the one in Albania. Is it Albania where Dracula's from? Where's Dracula from?
Romania,
yeah. There's a forest in Romania that I was reading about. Apparently, like it's got like its own little vortex, and apparently, fucking they have like red skies and shit.
I think it's called something like the Huchibaru Forest or something like that. There's a Bermuda Triangle in the middle of it where nothing grows, no grass, nothing, no trees. And it's just bare in the middle of this forest. But yeah, I got offered to go Dracula's castle, once. If I could rent it for 2,300 euros for 2 days.
That's not bad. For 2 days?
Yeah, it's Dracula's castle. Good. Yeah. But
would you go to the forest, though? Would you do the forest?
Oh, yeah, I'd go all of it. I'd love that. Stuff like that.
What makes you, right? What I want to know is, like, what makes you want to do all these places? Like, you've got no fear against them at all. Like, nothing. No. Like, is there any fear inside of you that says, Mickey, you probably shouldn't go there?
No. I used to be scared of the dark. When I first started ghost hunting back in 2008, I was at this church in Clop Hill in Bedfordshire. Evil church. They used to do Satan worship there. And they used to dig up people's graves, take bones out and use it for sacrifice and all that shit. It was proper dark. And I was at the bottom. There's like a church with all graves around it. And then there was like a second graveyard at the bottom for like newer burials. And I remember being at the bottom with the rest of the team, the bottom graveyard. And they said, oh, why don't you go up to the church on your own and spend a bit of time there? And I thought, I'm scared. I need someone to go with me, sort of thing. And that was a turning point for me. Because I ghost hunt in the middle of the night, all these creepy places, and I'm fucking scared of the dark. What's that about? I can't be like that. I can't. If I'm going to carry on, I can't do that. It's like drinking water but being allergic to it or something. It's like you can't. It doesn't work. So that day, I went on my own. I thought, no, fuck it. From now on, that's it. And then I'm not scared of the dark anymore.
What about one of your most scariest moments of when you walked down some stairs in Wales, like in the castle? Yeah,
Denby Castle. Yeah, the back staircase. There's I don't know why.
What happened?
Obviously, this castle is on top of Denby town. I suppose it's a town, and it's right at the top, the highest point, and you can look down onto the town. And we were there in the daytime doing some filming. There was the staircase that would go down. And then it'd go down again. There's no fucking way I was going down there. I had no idea why. I just thought there's something there that's going to get you. It's really bad. And then that night we went back to do the investigation, and there's no fucking way I was going to go down there. I refused to go down there. Hell no. Couldn't tell you why or what was there, but there was just something bad. It was inside me, like your gut feeling. Don't fucking do that. It's not going to end well. And I didn't go down there. But we went back the following year.
Even then, you've still got a reserve.
Yeah, it's the only place I've ever been scared. Yeah, but I went back the following year to the same place, and I went down there on a lone vigil on my own at night, like midnight or whatever, on my own for like 20 minutes. It was fine, nothing happened. It's pretty boring, to be fair. But the year before, something was there telling me, no way, you're not doing that. But I couldn't tell you what it was.
Bloody hell! And on that note, at the end of a podcast, we always end on a dark note. I think that is a classic thing now.
It's a death. Yeah, we were talking about the suicide price just now. And
we're going to make it a routine to get out of this. I think we're going to have to get out of this thing now. Where
it's just how it ends. What can you say?
I think we're going to have to maybe start ending with a video like we used to. Just end with a video that's going to be funny or motivational or even sad.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we need to get that for the next week's episode. Try and find some videos, and we'll put them up here, and we'll have a little chuckle, or we'll talk about it, funny, or something interesting to talk about.
But one of the things I was thinking is that myself and Mickey, we're going to do an outing soon. We were going to go out and either film in the car. We might do like a carpool karaoke type of thing, but just having a drive around and grab a coffee, or me and Mickey will go and grab some American food. One of our listeners said, what's the difference between UK food and American food? Well, me and Mickey are going to go out and have some classic American food. So we'll do that. We'll do that. If that's what people want to see, we'll go and do it.
Sounds good to me. Have to sort that. Yeah, definitely. But thank you, guys. Another episode smashed.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
All done. Thank you.
See you next week, Niall.
Peace.